Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UTL Trucking Education Hub. I'm Tamaris Massengale, and today we're diving into some really good information as to how an individual who really doesn't need much of an introduction, he's been in the game for a while, but he decided to venture off into being his own business owner in the sprinter van space. And we're going to talk about how he went from knowing absolutely nothing to shaking hands with city officials and even getting noticed by individuals in the industry with FMCSA and DOT. Without further ado, I would like to bring on my very special guest, Mr. Eddie. Eddie Strong, how are you today?
I'm doing okay, and yourself?
I can't complain. So, Mr. Eddie Strong, let me just go ahead and tell the people a little bit about you. Today's guest is an entrepreneur, transportation professional, and someone who truly embodies the spirit of betting on yourself. Eddie Strong is the manager and owner and CEO of T&S Delivery LLC, a transportation company built on the belief that success comes from hard work, consistency, and a commitment to doing things better. Through his experience in the transportation industry, Eddie has learned firsthand the importance of investing in yourself, understanding your business, and staying focused on long term growth rather than chasing quick money. What makes Eddie's journey unique is the mindset. Whether he's traveling across the country or exploring new destinations, he's always looking for the next opportunity to learn, grow, and expand his business. Eddie, thank you so very much for making time in your very busy schedule. I appreciate you so very much. How did you get into the space of sprinter vans? I know you have a background in transportation, but dive a little more into how you decided to focus in on sprinter vans.
I was listening to everybody was telling me, get a box truck, get this, do that, do this, do that. They wanted me to do everything they wanted me to do. But then I had to sit down and just really think to myself, what do I want and what would make sense for me? And then when I weighed the pros and the cons of everything, and then where I want to take my company to, and I decided that Sprinter van for now would be better for me.
Okay, that works. I love how you mentioned you had so many people that was trying to lead you down different paths in transportation as a whole. And you made the decision to sit down and think about what would work best for you and what vision you have for your company. I think that's very important when we are talking about entrepreneurship and deciding to get into transportation. Looking back, what would you have done differently when starting out?
Starting out, I would have learned a little bit more before I just try to jump in it. So I advise anybody just sit back and just think before you even just jump into something. And just and I had to learn that the hard way.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I respect the fact that you decided that you were going to take um, a leap of faith and you bet it on yourself. So you're very modest, you're very humble, and I know you're holding back. So I'm going to start digging into you a little bit. Through this whole process, you've been doing this for what? Almost 5 years in total?
I started my company in 2020.
Okay. Okay. So in 2020, so from 2020 up to now, what have you done? What have you invested in your company that helps you to stand out against your competitor, especially in this boom of sprinter vans and box trucks?
Me, I had to learn that you just can't be have a one track mind. If you have a one track mind, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it at all. I went and got multiple certifications. I made sure my business was good at first. And then at that, I kept getting different ones because I might not need it now, but later on it might come in handy. 'Cause I had a couple companies call me this week and ask me to partner with them, and I like to kind of do my research on some of them just to make sure that they're a good fit for my company. Cause the brand is everything. If you mess it up, it'll take a while for you to try to get that back.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what are some of the services that you're providing with your Sprinter van?
Me, I kind of do it locally if I wanted to, but usually I get stuff and sub it out to everybody. General freight, medical, them the two I got now. I'm working with Lowe's. I had RXO call me this week, and we working on trying to get that contract done. I had a CEO call me at a hospital. We trying to work to get that contract done. Um, I work with the VA, and then with the UMS, University of Arkansas for Medical Science Hospital. I had a meeting with them in May. Start on the early cause dealing with getting a contract like that. If you do win the contract, it takes about like 6 months to finalize the deal.
Okay. List some of the things that you had to do in order to get to the point where you can start going after contracts.
You gotta make sure you have SAMs, and if your SAMs ain't right, you ain't gonna be able to get it. So I got with it's a free program here that kind of helped you with trying to make sure you got your SAMs right, your DUNS number right, your company is in good standings. Cause they go back through there and they checked everything. And then after that, make sure you meet the right people. Even though that contract might not be up for grabs right then, go through there, read it, see what all their requirements is, and try to get every certificate or whatever that you think they might ask for. Go get it. Go out certificates and your HIPAA, your bloodborne. Me, I got the chemo in state of Arkansas. Ain't too many people that got the chemo, so I went and got it just for the fun of, and it's working out pretty well for me. And it pays a lot of money because it ain't too many people here that does it. And just try to see what your state offer and get a certificate, then just go through Sam's and try to find a federal contract and everything that you feel like that you can cover. If not, try to partner up with somebody and see if you and that person can get the job done.
So these certifications that you're talking about, which is the bloodborne pathogen, chemotherapy, these are certifications that if you're trying to partner with hospitals or independent contracting establishments that they work with cancer patients, these are some of their requirements in order for you to move some of their equipment sometimes. Sometimes it might be organs. Can you speak just a little bit about that? Like, how did you position yourself for someone that's just getting started and they're interested in doing this as well? What were the steps that you had to do besides hiring a consultant like myself and other people that poured into you? What were the steps that you personally took to say, this is the direction that I want to niche down in, and this is the direction I want to go in? What did you personally have to do?
I just sit back and like I said, I had to think. And I had to think, well, what I want to do and how I want to do things. And then I sit there and I just basically just seen what I want to go out and I did research on it. I'm like, okay, so they did it like this, they did it like that. Ooh, let me see what they got going on. Let me see how they did this. Let me go through and see what their requirements is. I seen this other person over here had this certificate right here too. You know what? I'm finna go and get that right there. And so that's why I kind of look at things a little different. And then I try to see what's around my state. that ain't too many people doing. And your HIPAA certification to go into the hospitals and clinics to get the paperwork to take it, go get a shred. That's easy money right there. You will see most trucks go get it and everything, but you can go get it. If you get you like 5 or 6 of them there, uh, depending on how big the hospital or the clinic is, each stop you can make about $100 off one trip. But while you're there picking up organs or blood,
That's right. That's right. So what are some of the things that you've done to make sure that you can keep your Sprinter van moving? It was challenging in the beginning, I know that you shared with me, for you to actually find contracts or to find work for your Sprinter van because it's not a high traffic lane, it's not a lot coming in and coming out there. So some of the things that you and I discussed about how, you expanded in other territories, talk about that. What made you decide that you were going to take the initiative to seek other locations or to go outside of your region?
oh, here in Arkansas, it's a challenge for me, and I love a good challenge. And that's why I started talking to senators, congressmen, governor policy advisors, mayors, where I can get to know them. It ain't about the contract then. It's just about building a relationship then. And as you're building relationships, as you don't might not see it as money, but it's really money coming in because you're building that relationship.
Right,
Because if you really look at it, you talking to them right there, they basically just you talking and they listening and they gonna remember you. And if something come open, they gonna say, you know what, TNS can handle that right there.
right, right.
And
I
they
totally
they
agree with you. I totally agree
yeah.
with you on that. So how did you get to the point where you said, "Well, I'm going to step out?" Because that's not a very common decision to make, that you're gonna go out here and start talking to city officials. Is that something you just came up with on your own, or were you encouraged to do that through your mentors, or how did you decide that I'm just going to venture out and start talking to these city officials?
I'm part of a chamber, and at this chamber, they had a government day, and some of the city officials came down, and I was talking to some of them, and I'm like, hmm, if these people come here and they do this and they do that, and I'm paying them, you know what? Let me let me just give it a other shot. I just start emailing and I start calling, and I was shocked that they responded back. And when I meet them, they real down to earth people. And you small business minority, if they can brag about you, say that they help you, oh, you good then. I could tell them brag about me. I don't care. Just give me the money.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I love that you took a situation that, again, you invest, and I keep putting emphasis on the investment because a lot of people think it's just simple. I'm gonna just get a Sprinter van, I'm gonna just get, my LLC and EIN, and I'm gonna just get all these contracts. But you have exhibited that it took you thousands of dollars
Yes.
investing outside of purchasing a truck. You've invested in multiple type of trainings, multiple consultations, and sometimes it worked for you and sometimes it didn't, but it didn't discourage you. So, how did you stay motivated during these slow periods, knowing that you put all this money out and you have these overheads? How do you stay motivated?
Me, I just I look at it is that once I invested that $1 in myself, I'm looking like I'm not finna lose. I done invested my time and effort into this now. I got to keep it going. And I had a nice support team behind me and everything, keeping me going, pushing, pushing. And I have different ideas going. I don't really have to call people. People call me. And at first, it wasn't like that. And it just what you want to make your company out of and how you want it to be, you can make it. If you ain't gonna believe in yourself and you don't see yourself as a boss, and don't I say don't even try it. What made me want to invest even more into myself, they idea ain't gonna work for me. So
Right,
I try to make one idea better for me, not for nobody else, but for me.
right,
And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
right, right. So, that's a great segue into the next question about, what sacrifices have you had to make to grow your company?
Ooh, really no sleep. Uh, Cutting some people off. Um, and then basically just learning.
Yeah,
If you don't learn, you ain't gonna make it. And don't get me wrong. Some of them will. Some of them is will truly be there to show you, teach you, and everything. They
yeah,
give me half of it.
yeah,
And then some people, I grew up, and I think most people they want you to grow, but not grow faster than them. And I advise you, hey, when you start seeing something funny or fishy, just kind of spur off and keep doing your own thing because they gonna discourage you. I had some people when I first started off, they wouldn't do nothing with me, nothing at all. But now since I done built and built and built and built and built, now they want to come back to me and hey, let's do this right here. Hey, let's do that right there. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's so funny that you said that because I had an experience with a person the other day that, I wanted to have them as a guest, and, without putting too much information about this person because I get it, especially in the African American community, individuals are hell bent on money, and, the person was basically saying, "No, I can't work with you because, I don't see a mutual benefit in it." And I thought it was comical because I'm like, little did this person know the people that I do know in the industry and that I am not new to this industry. It was comical because at the end of the conversation, the person said, "Well, when you get your numbers up, then, let's revisit this conversation." I'm thinking to my head, why would I want to why would I want to revisit a conversation with you when you're essentially telling me, I'm not worthy of being a part of your community at the moment. And I get it. Like I didn't take offense to it because you have to have tough skin in this industry as a whole. But the gall, the nerve to then come and say, but yeah, when you're making money, come holler at me. It's like, what? Why why would I even wanna entertain a conversation after that? It won't be any bitterness because, this is a very small industry, so, I'm gonna see you again, but, the conversation will definitely be different, because the people show you who they really are when you're not at a status quo that they deem is, or categorized as success. This is successful to me that this is my 4th or 5th, I can't remember, 4th or 5th interview so far for a person that really doesn't even like being on the TV, Uh, so what do people misunderstand most about the transportation industry, specifically sprinter vans?
A lot of them think they gonna get into making a whole bunch of money right off the bat. I hear a lot of them say, Man, I'm finna get in now. Man, this person right here making a lot of money. This person right here making a lot of money. I'm finna jump in it. Yeah, I'm finna go make this money. But then when they get in there, they're like, hold on. What am I'm not really making nothing. I'm kind of breaking even.
Right.
Then they tired. Then they away from home. And I'm like, should have did your homework. It ain't gonna be easy. And I had one guy, I was talking to him and he was like, yeah, me and this guy, one guy right here, we gonna partner up and do this right here. I'm like, partner up? You ain't gonna really make no money like that.
I'm glad
And
that you made mention of that because a lot of people don't understand what that means. Like on paper, it sounds good, a partnership. It sounds real good, but when that money hit the bank account, it's a whole different conversation. Um, and a lot of people don't understand this is a business, so you have to have contracts. And you not only have contracts, but you have to have the means to pursue that contract should some one of the persons in the contract um, you know, deviates from it or breaches that contract. And the contract is just not a piece of paper that you just throw out there. You have to make sure you have the actual legal termination terminology inside of it that's going to protect both separate businesses. But when you're trying to get into a partnership with someone and you really haven't done your business background on them, or this is the first time both of you guys are in business, it's not ideal for you to just jump into a partnership just because you're family or just because you're friends, right?
mm,
You need to make sure that who it's like when you're dating someone, right? You don't just go and move in with somebody the first day you meet them. You need to learn about them. You need to learn what their habits are. Does this person have good business savvy? Does this person understand taking a risk? Because it might not seem like it's going to work in the beginning, but we got to try it to see if it's going to work, or is this person as soon as we get $6,000 in the bank account, they're gonna go in there and withdraw 3,000 and go turn up in the club, right?
right there, me,
Exactly.
I think about everything. Everything I do, I try to be real, uh, but I try to be real particular about everything. Everything I do, everything I say, when I look at it, I try to just do it all. I could have partnered with a lot of people and got my business further real fast,
Yeah,
but I chose not to. I chose to keep it me. The only employee I have and I ever employed was me. The company employs me.
mhm,
I'm just a worker there.
right. That's right.
And I try to make the company money.
Right.
And the company pays me to think for it.
That's right. That's right.
And I got people now want to invest with me and do all that right there, but I don't need no investors because one thing, with investors, sooner or later they're gonna start trying to tell you what to do,
That's
do
right.
this, do that, do this, do that, and then hey, if you keep on there, hey, they probably try to get you moved out
Yep.
and bring someone else in.
That's right.
So that reason I tell them all now, cause last month, the month before that, I had a couple of investors come to me. Hey, let me go and write your check, go and help you out a little bit. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need no investors, no nothing. I'm my own investor. I still can see what I need to do and which way I want this company to steady grow. Investors, they don't care about nothing. All they care about is the bigger return coming. I done learned through like the stage I'm in now, is subbing everything out. If I treat my drivers nice,
Right.
I can make them some loyal drivers for me.
Right. Right.
And I don't try to be greedy with them or nothing.
Right.
Cause I have seen some companies, they like, well, I brought the deal to the table, so I ain't gonna get that driver nothing but like 30% or
Right.
20 between 20 and 30%. I'm like, man, that's just being greedy right there.
Yeah.
And how you expect this driver to supposed to stay with you and you don't want to pay the driver?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, man. I'd rather take a little than a whole lot
That's
because if
right.
I got 10 of them and I'm getting a little just off these 10 of them, hey, I'm making more and everything. And they happy, I'm happy. And even though you getting a big chunk out of it over here, but it's hard for you to keep drivers over there.
Yeah.
Eh, they steady quitting on you. And if they steady quitting on you, that means your the customer stuff ain't getting moved
Right.
because you don't got nobody to do it for you.
That's right. That's
And
right. And that's a great segue into my next question is how important is customer service in transportation?
man, it's the most important thing. Cause some stuff when I do it myself, I meet with the customers. They know me by name,
Yeah.
and I give them all business cards, and some of them will call me. Hey, Eddie, I can get somebody to move this for me, or you think you can do it? I really prefer you to do it, but if you can't,
So, what opportunities are you most excited about in the near future for your business?
I'm working on. Cause I got through talking to a government official up there in Washington D.C.
Mhm.
and he told me to go through there and sign up for the GSA 48,
Mhm.
and it's for like a 20-year deal
Oh, wow.
and everything. And he said that it'd be like a blanket order. Well, I got some people just working on that right there for me now to finish that up for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for you. You've grown so much from day one when we spoke. The one thing that I want to, close out with is um, your tenacity and how you are willing to take direction and how you make sure that it's aligning with what your business plan is from the beginning. Like you said early on, people will tell you how much they think you should do what they think you should do. Or, now that you've gotten the wheels turning, they want to jump on and support. Um, which down the line that could be beneficial to anyone, but make sure you're not doing it out of desperation. And I know that while you were building your brand, you still were a full-time employee
Yes,
and
man.
even created an exit plan from that. You didn't just up and quit. You made sure you projected what your numbers were going to be and where you were going to be at a certain period of time. And then you make that decision to transition. So I'm saying all that to say that this industry is very lucrative, no matter what size of equipment you choose to purchase, whether you decide to be interstate or intrastate. Um, you can be successful, but you first have to understand where you are, where you want to be, and what is your long-term exit plan. Because essentially, as an entrepreneur, no matter what industry it is, you should start your business with the mindset that you're going to grow the business so that you can remove yourself and be able to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. You still need to be consistent and you still need to be involved, but it should not be 5, 6, 7, 10 years down the line and it's still you driving behind the truck. That means that there's some steps that you skipped. That means that you didn't invest in a proper support team and tools where it could transition you from being the employee of your hands-on employee and then you transitioning into still an employee, but in an executive position where you don't have to be actually in the field. So I say all that to say that Eddie, I appreciate uh, our working relationship, our professional relationship, and it's been exciting for me to witness your growth. And that's because you took the time out to understand that you're going to make some investments, you're going to make some mistakes, and you're going to lose some money along the way. You absolutely are because you are learning. And even with a mentor, even with a guidance, there's still going to be mistakes that you're going to make because you're making it for the betterment of your business growth. So, with that being said, Mr. Strong, how can individuals reach out to you if they want to, use your services or, they want to ask some more questions as far as how you grew so fast within the short period of time to where now you have won several government contracts and now you're partnering with a hospital and even you become a subcontractor where you're subbing out some of your opportunities as well. So if individuals wanted to learn more about how they can connect with you and get support or even consultant for them, um, how can they find you?
I got a website, www.tandesdeliveryllc.com, or I'm on Facebook, TNS Delivery LLC. I'm on LinkedIn, TNS Delivery LLC, or either just uh, they can reach out to you, and you know how to reach out to me, and I'm here to try to help anyone. 'Cause I know it's a struggle, and if I can help anybody, I'll try my best. Because like now, a lot of people when I walk up to them, they don't think I got it like that. But then when they do their research, they go, "Wow!" When because don't get me wrong, everybody gonna do a background check on you, even though they just asking you questions, they gonna do a background check on you. And with me now, I don't really got to say nothing, and I can try to help the best way I can. Now, the way that I did it, it might not be the way that you should run your company. Just take what I say and try to ball it up and use it and then do it your own way. And I want somebody to flourish. But if I can help, just hit me up on either one of them sites or either get in contact with you.
Well, thank you so very much. Thank you again, Eddie, for joining us and sharing your journey, your lessons, and your perspective on entrepreneurship and transportation. For those who want to connect with you again, you can reach him on Facebook at TNS Delivery LLC. And that's going to be the same for his website is tnsdeliveryllc.com. Also, I will be leaving his contact information in the comments section below. I thank you all for tuning in for another episode at UTL Trucking Education Hub. I am your host, Tamaris Massengale, and I thank you so very much. Until next time.